Okay, so just a little recap of the last 2 days, because some of you have been doing catch up on the previous sessions. So we're doing our normal Pilates mat work or movement on the mat, and we're just bringing a little bit more of a mental focus and awareness to the different fascial lines that move through the body. So in our first session on Monday, we focused on the deep front line or the deep midline, which is basically your core, right? That we talk about in Pilates and yoga all the time. And then yesterday, we were bringing your awareness to that superficial front line of the body. So, you know, anytime we do abdominal work, that sort of thing, working quadriceps, flexing feet, tucking chin in, that's all that superficial front line. And then today, what we're going to focus on is the superficial back line of the body, which is just so important because, guys, when you think about in our societies nowadays, how we're so rounded, everything is so flexion dominant. If you're working on laptops, driving. So it's so important to open up the front line and to engage the back line, which is our focus. So the superficial back line actually goes from the bottom of the foot, the plantar fascia, comes up the back of the leg, the Achilles tendon, the calf muscles. It goes up the hamstrings. But what I want you to remember is that it does not include the bum. Everybody assumes that it includes the bum, okay? It actually skips over, it goes deep inside the pelvis on the ligaments, and then it comes up the spine, the erector spinae, up over the back of the neck, and then it goes over the scalp. So, you know, that whole line can affect somewhere else on that line. So oftentimes that's why we do rolling of the foot, because maybe it helps somebody's lower back, right? That's why when we go to the hairdresser and we get that scalp massage, it feels like everything has softened and released. So we're just going to now today bring some awareness into the back line. We're not going to use any props today. As we get into next week, I am going to ask you guys to have those spiky massage balls available or a tennis ball available so we can start doing some rolling on specific parts as well. So today you just need your mat and maybe a towel or a cushion if you need any kind of padding for knees and underneath the head and stuff. All right, everyone ready to go? Okay, I don't see anyone else jumping on board, so we can get started. So could you please come into a standing position at the back of your mat. And just separate your feet slightly. Make sure that your big toes are in line with each other. Just let your arms relax beside you. And we're just going to start by lifting the shoulders to the ears, taking a breath in. And then exhale, just glide the shoulders down. Nice and easy. Lengthen through the crown. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift your shoulders. Expand your ribs. And exhale, glide the shoulders down. And just one more time, breathing in, fill up your lungs. And breathing out, slide your shoulders down, and then pause for a moment and closing your eyes. Taking a moment to feel the connections of your feet to the ground. Start to trace that line of energy up over the Achilles tendons and up over the calf muscle, over the back of the knees to the hamstrings. Keep lifting and tracing that line of energy to the sacrum and then running all the way up your spine. Keep tracing that energy up over the back of your neck and then follow it as it comes up over the top of your head and just to the top of your eyebrows. Keeping that awareness of your superficial back line. We're going to take one more deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh. And then blink your eyes open as we get ready to go into our first roll down. On your breath, look towards your feet and just feel your spine rounding softly. We're only going to come halfway down until your hands are just hanging in front of your knees. Double check that you're not knocking the knees back. And then stay here and notice the curve of your spine. Notice where on your back you might be feeling tension or feeling a stretch. And then on your next breath, continue going forward. And now you're going to be folding over from the crease of your hip. So now as you come forward, maybe your hands can touch the ground. Notice how the stretch or the tension has moved into the back of the leg. Where are you feeling it the most? Take a breath in, and then exhale, roll back up. And again, tracing the line of energy from the soles of your feet up the back of your leg, all the way up your spine, over your scalp, and to your eyebrows. Take a moment to roll the shoulders back and around a few times. Just opening up across the chest, and then let your arms settle. You can place your hands just onto the shelf of your hips, and you're simply going to bend the knees and straighten the knees. And again, bending the knees. And I want you to make sure that the heels of your feet stay grounded. So you might start to get a little bit of a stretch into the calf muscles at the back of your legs. Double check that your knees are pointing straight forward. And we're going to do a little add-on now. Bend the knees, and now pick up one heel to stretch the sole of the foot. Bend the knees, feet flat, and now pick up the other heel as you straighten. So you're just going to alternate sides. And now what we're doing is starting to get a little bit of a release into the intrinsic muscles of the feet and the fascia in the feet, which is called the plantar fascia. So this can be quite tight for a lot of people. Sometimes it's quite painful. So just move gently, move rhythmically, and make sure that you're breathing. And now bend both knees, putting the heels flat, stay there, let your arms relax, and now straighten your knees. We're going to go into our second roll down. Take a breath in, expand. Exhale as you look towards your feet, and just feeling that gentle articulation of the spine. Make your arms and your head go heavy, just halfway down. And we pause here for a moment to observe the stretch along the spine. Where are you feeling it? And then folding over from the hips. Notice the stretch moving along the back wall of the body into the back of the legs here. Relax your head, take a breath in, and then exhale, back up your come, pressing into the feet. Activating the back line of your body as you come all the way up. And once again, rolling your shoulders back and around. And then just letting your arms settle. Keep your knees soft. Taking your left arm out to the side. Bring your arm over and take yourself into a lovely side stretch. And then come all the way back up. And let your arm relax down. Again, taking your right arm out, bring it over, and again, lateral flexion. So we're opening now the sides of the body. Come all the way back up. Stay as you are. We're going to do one more time on each side. So you're going to take your left arm up and over. So you're bending the spine and maybe pushing your hip to the side if that feels okay for you. Release and center. We're going to do one more time. Right arm. So this opening of the lateral lines is going to have hopefully quite a lovely effect on your roll down. And release and allow your arms to relax. Stay as you are. We're going to do our third roll down. Take a breath. Exhale as you look towards your feet. And we're just going to go halfway down. Just until the hands are hanging in front of the knees and then you get to stay. Now, I don't know about you guys, I feel like my lower back is really released after that lateral flexion. Just observe how it feels for you. And now, fold over from the crease of the hip, bringing yourself all the way down, and then you can either put fingertips or palms flat, depending on how flexible you are. And we're going to bend the knees and straighten. And again, bend the knees. And only straighten as much as you can with keeping your hands on the floor. One more time, bend the knees. And straighten. Now bend your knees and walk all the way down onto all fours. So we're just going to stay on all fours for a moment. Set yourself up so that your wrists are okay. And we're going to go straight into our cat stretch. So on your breath, tuck your tail under and start feeling the articulation of your spine as you round your back. And then the same articulation of the spine as you either come to neutral, or if your back feels ready for it, you can maybe go to a little bit of extension. Now keep moving, connecting into your breath. And we did this exact same exercise yesterday. But what I'd like you to do today is bring your awareness to your spine and your back extensor muscles. So as you round your spine up like a cat, can you feel how there is a stretch, a lengthening of the fascia? And then as you move towards extension, notice how you are shortening, you are tensioning and engaging the back line of the fascia. Last two. And again, this is all about finding balance in the body. Finding balance between the front and the back body. Now we're going to do it just one more time. So let's round our spines up. So everybody meet here in a cat stretch with a rounded spine. Stay here for a moment. And then I want you to tuck your toes. And on your breath out, just hover your knees up. Move your hips back. And then start lengthening your sacrum up. But keep your knees super duper bent. So you're in a modified downward facing dog. So with your knees bent, really focus on lengthening the spine. So this is really a wonderful way to start to connect into the back line of the body and really feel what's happening there. And now start pushing one heel down and then the other. And do you notice with this lengthened spine that when you push your heel down, you get quite a strong stretch around the back of the leg? So because you are activating your spine, the back extensors, you're going to increase the stretch or the tensioning on the other section of the back line. And now push both heels down towards the ground. Pause here for a moment. And then exhale as you bring your knees all the way down. And then release your feet back. Let's go into our thread the needle. So reaching the right arm out to the side. Threading the needle through. Remember, you can stop at any point. You can give yourself support at any point. And then if you would like to stretch the arm out, go for it. So we're just taking a little bit of a break for our wrists because we've done a fair amount of weight bearing. But this was also such a wonderful release for the thoracic spine, around the rib cage, and also up around the neck and the shoulders. So just enjoy this, make sure you can breathe. And then slide the left hand in, press yourself all the way up and reach that right arm out. And placing your hand down, center yourself, left arm reaches. Let's go into the same movement on the other side. And again, make any adjustments that you need. So you might be in quite a different position on this side. And then if you want to, you can slide the right arm forward. And then just enjoy the movement, enjoy the stretch. Slide your right hand in. And then press up, reaching that arm all the bringing your hand back down. Now, tucking your toes under, round your spine one more time like a cat. Stay here. Hover your knees like we did a second ago. Move your hips back, and then lift your hips up. But this time, I want you to think about keeping a rounded spine. So before we could lengthen spine like that, now you're going to round your spine, so you really are activating your abdominals and getting a little bit of a stretch around your back. And now I want you to try pushing your heels down from here. So as you pedal your heels with this rounded spine, do you notice if there's a difference for you? So for me, as soon as I stretch my back and I move the tension into my back, I don't feel a strong stretch right now through the back of the leg. Press both heels down, you're still in that rounded spine. And then all the way down you come. And lengthen the spine and releasing the feet all the way out. Now take your time as you turn your hands so that your fingers are starting to point towards you. You might not be able to bring your hand all the way around, so just see where your angle is. And then you can stay here if it's enough of a stretch, or if you've done this with me before, you can do that gentle carpal tunnel release, where you're just allowing your hips to gently move backwards and forwards, just to increase the stretch. So again, this is a little bit of fascial elasticity training, so that thick bit of fascia that we've got over the front of the wrist called the retinaculum. And it's an opportunity just to create a little bit of strength, but also lengthening some flexibility there. One more time. And release. And now turning your hands, so you're bringing your hands all the way forward. I want you to hold your body weight here, and we're going to go into a plank position. So if you need to move forward on your mat, you can do so. Stretch one leg back, toes under. Now stay there for a moment. Yesterday, we focused on the front of the body, and now I want you to focus on the back of the body. So you are thinking of pushing energy through the heel of the foot, getting that lovely flexion at the ankle, activating the back of the leg, the hamstring, and then energy through your crown. So that's the back line of the body waking up. And then when you're ready, you slide the other leg back to join. So again, we are finding balance between front and back body. But right now, our mental focus and our mental connection is all the way along the back muscles, all the way down the back of our legs into the bottoms of our feet. Stay here for 3, keep breathing, 2, 1, bring one knee in, bring the other knee in, open your knees, big toes together, and just allow yourself to sit back, bringing your head all the way down. And then, if you want to try this with me, you can walk your hands together in a prayer position, and then bend your elbows and place your hands just behind your neck and your head. And we have a chance for 5 breaths in and out here. Taking 2 more. Taking 1 more. Release your hands. Separate your hands a little bit, spreading your fingers out nice and wide. And then draw yourself up once again onto all fours. And bringing your knees and your hands into alignment. Stretch your right leg back, and you're just going to pick up that leg. Pause here for a moment, and then in your own time, step your foot through between your hands. So if you need to help yourself, you can do so. And if you need to put a pad underneath the back knee, do so. Come up into the tips of your fingers so that your hands are just in line with the heel of your foot. And then start to move your hips backwards and forwards a little bit. So again, if you've done my fascial release series or any of the fascial classes, you know that you're heading into one of my favorite releases, which is the hamstring glide. So now you're going to bring your hips backwards and lengthen your spine. I need you to bend that front knee a little bit. And then lift your toes up so that you're dorsiflexing and lengthen your spine. And now just start to turn the feet in and out like windscreen wipers. And the movement is actually coming from the hip socket. So you want to think of internal, external rotation at the hip without letting your pelvis or your shoulders move all around. Keep lengthening through your crown. So this is basically getting the hamstrings muscles to glide over each other. So it's not your classic hamstring stretch, but it's incredibly effective. And bringing your foot back to the center, place your toes down, walking yourself all the way forward. You can go onto the tips of your fingers. Now tuck the back toes under, and on your breath out, let's just pick up that back leg. Maybe you can straighten it, maybe not, it doesn't matter. And then lower the knee down just with control. Breathing out, lengthen from the heel to the crown of your head. And release. And we're going to do one more time. Now this time, stay here. I'm going to ask you to put your hands flat down. Step your right leg all the way back. You're back into your plank position with your focus today on the superficial back line. Feel your feet, Achilles, calves, hamstrings, back extensors all the way up over to your eyebrows. And you bring one knee in, bring the other knee in, and take a moment to center yourself. Left leg stretches back. Lift the leg up. Stay here for a moment. And in your own time, step your foot through between your hands. Make any adjustments you need. Come up onto the tips of your fingers. Long spine. And just it's an easy movement forwards and backwards. Easy movement. And then bring your hips back. Soften the front knee. Lift the toes up. Lengthening through the spine. And we start our internal, external hip rotation. Keep breathing. Notice if there's a difference for you between the right and the left sides. So guys, the hamstrings muscles are actually three muscles that work together as a group. It's not like one big solid muscle. It's three muscles that work together, which is why we want them to be able to move freely around each other so that they can work effectively. Sometimes one of them gets stuck. So that's why this gliding is so effective. And then bring your foot back to center. Place your toes down. Shift forward. And hold on to the tips of your fingers. Tuck the back toes. And we're just going to do that little lift of the back knee. And release it down. And again. Energy through your crown. And release. Now one more time. Lift the leg up. Put the palms of your hands flat. And see if you can step back. And you are into your plank position once again. Connect to the back line of your body. Open the front line of your body so you can find balance. Bring one knee in. Bring the other knee in. Sit back. Pick up your hands. and take a moment just to shake out your wrists. Now you're going to move your hips over to your left so that your feet are over to your right. Holding onto your ankles. Let's do one lateral flexion. Releasing all the way up. Putting your fingertips just a little bit behind you. Right hand comes to the left knee, sit up straight, and it's a gentle open twist. Nothing hectic. And release. Swing both feet over to your left side. Right hand comes up and over. And release. Place your hand a little bit behind you. Fingertips to knees, sit up straight. And into an open twist on the other side. And release. Bringing your feet just out in front of you. Come all the way forward to the front of your mats. Take your hands just to the front of your knees. Round your spine a little bit. Pick up your feet. Glue the knees together, glue the ankles together. Tuck your chin in. You can keep your eyes open or closed, it's up to you. But I want you to feel the back line of your body again in this position. So as you feel the rounding of the spine, it might feel like a little bit of a stretch, it's a lengthening. And then the hamstrings muscles at the back of the leg and the calf muscles with the pointed toes are actually picking up the tension. They're sort of picking up the slack along that back line. So now stay there, you can open your eyes, and I want you to see what happens if you start lengthening your spine. So as you lengthen your spine while you're sitting here, you notice that there's now a lot of tension on the back of the body, and now you can feel a lot of work into the hip flexors because it's having to find balance between the front and the back. And now once again, round your spine so that you're going into your ball shape. Oh, and that just feels like such a lovely release. And since we're here, let's do 8, rolling like a ball. Inhale to take yourself up, and exhale to come up and see if you can balance. So guys, if you need to put your hands behind your thighs to help yourself, then please do so. The most important thing here is that you have a smooth ride, and also that you don't hit your head or your neck onto the ground. Keep breathing. We've got 2 more. We've got 1 more. And balance. Place your feet down. You can separate the knees and feet slightly. Stay rounded. Arms forward. Let's go down onto our backs. Placing the hands beside you, and just take a moment to let your body settle there. So you can bring your feet a little bit closer in towards your pelvis. And decide if you want palms down or palms up. So instead of doing a pelvic curl today, we're going to do a pelvic press. So there's no rolling action of the spine, there's no tilting of the hips. Take a breath in. On your exhale, press up from the base of the pelvis, and we hit the same position that we normally would. It's just that we took a different journey to get there, a different path. Take a breath in, and then exhale, hinge your pelvis down, and hold. And again, press your pelvis up. Stay for a moment, take a little breath in, and then hinging down. Now keep going at your own pace. The reason we're doing this today is that it brings us immediately into our hamstrings muscles at the back of the legs. Yes, the bum's going to work. Yes, the abs are going to work. But can you feel how much more the back of the legs are doing? Because we kind of skipped over that abdominal work at the beginning, like normally we would tilt the pelvis. So this is a really lovely way to get immediately into the back line of the body. So hamstrings are working, plus we're keeping the connection into those deep back muscles too. 2 more. And release. Let's do 1 more time. Press up. And guys, I want you to stay here. Bring your hands up towards the sky. Turn your hands to face each other. And now we scissor. Are you able to keep your body stable in the air as you move your arms? 2 more. 1 more. Bring both arms up. Keep your arms in the air as you roll your spine down now. You get to articulate. You get to find that release into the lower back. And relax. Stay here. Turn the palms of your hands forward. And on your breath out, push your arms through the air. So I want you to almost think that you're in a swimming pool or in the sea and you're moving through the resistance of the water. Hover the arms and then float them back up. And again, exhale, press down. Feel the natural connection to the abdominals as you do that. And inhale. Now this time, let's add in a sit-up. Nod your chin. Exhale. Chest lift as your arms come forward. And releasing down. Nod your chin. Exhale. So, the superficial front line is working. This is what we brought our awareness to yesterday. Keep moving. Bring your awareness to your back line. Can you feel the release, the stretch, all the way from the back of your neck, all the way down your spine? And release. We're going to do 1 more time. Exhale and stay here. Place 1 hand under your head for support. Place the other hand above your pubic bone. Stay here. On your breath, tilt your pelvis towards you and feel how the lower back imprints. And then release your pelvis back to center. And again, breathing out, do almost a push with your feet to help you with this movement. And then release to center. So as you tilt your pelvis, can you feel now that the whole back of your body is getting a wonderful stretch? And unfortunately, or fortunately, your front line has to pick up the slack. We're finding balance. 1 more time. Exhale to the tilt. And release. Reach 1 hand forward. Reach the other hand forward. Lower your head and shoulders. And then just take your hands out into a low V and put the palms of your hands down, or you can have palms up if you prefer. So you're going to stabilize your pelvis. Pick up your right leg. And then turn the knee out and cross the ankle over the left knee. And you can settle there just for a moment. Abs are connected. And as you breathe out, pick up the left leg. There's a lovely gluteal stretch. And then releasing it all the way down. As you pick up that leg, make sure that you're protecting your back. So guys, you have to engage your core. It always helps if you breathe. 2 more. And we're going to do just 1 more time. and release. Stay here. Start rolling your hips over towards the right. So don't go so far that you feel that you're straining into your back. Make sure your back feels good. Keeping the left shoulder down. And on your breath out, pull yourself back to the center, abdominals connecting. Pause in the middle, and now roll your legs over to the other side. So you're going to roll your knees over towards the left. Now you can just stay here, or you can put your knee or your foot on a block, or if you're flexible enough, you might feel that you're able to actually rest yourself down here for a moment. Keeping that right shoulder down, you can look the other way. Take another breath in, and then exhale, bring yourself back to the center, obliques, release, and then connect core as you unfold the leg and placing that right foot down. Picking up the left leg, control. Turn the knee out, crossing the ankle over the knee so that the knee is open. And again, you're going to pick up the right leg, draw yourself into that gluteal stretch, and releasing gently down. And again. One more time, remember the core, guys. And then place your foot down, stay there. Now you're going to roll your hips to the left. So you're going to allow that knee to come down. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't, but don't force it. And exhale, back to the center. Abdominal muscles connecting. And now roll your legs over towards the right. Decide how far you can go on this side. Maybe you can rest your foot down for a moment. Take a breath in. And then exhale, back up you come, obliques. All the way back to the center. And then uncross. Now, from here, pick up the right leg so you've got both legs elevated. Keep them slightly apart so you're not going to bash your ankles. And then start to tap the toes one at a time. Alternating legs. And feel the connection into your center. Four more. Three more. 2, 1. Bring both legs up. Hug them in towards you. Tuck your chin in and bring yourself into a tight little ball shape. And then releasing all the way down. Good. You can place your feet to the ground. Turn to lie on your left side. Make a little pillow with your underneath arm. And then extending both legs all the way out. So same setup as always. Chin up, shoulders down, fingertips are light. And you want to make sure that the bottom obliques are connected. Find the stacking of your pelvis. And with your legs together, you're going to lift both legs up. Stay there. Let your bottom leg come down and up. Stay there. Let your top leg come up and down. Stay there. Bend your knees in towards you. Abdominals connected. Use your hand to help you. Stretch your legs out long. Now stay there and bend your knees as if you're going to kick your own bottom. So if you feel the hamstrings working, you better be using your abs. Stretch your legs out and then lower both legs all the way down. Okay, it's a little bit of a challenge today, guys. Both legs come up and that is engaging obliques. Bottom leg down and up. That's checking that our inner thighs are working. Top leg goes up and down. That's gluteus medius, that's a little side bump stabilizer. And now as you tuck your knees in towards you, it's hip flexors plus lower abs. You're getting a stretch across your lower back. And then release the legs out. Now stabilize, and as you bend your knees, you're going to wake up the hamstrings, so now you're engaging the back line, and stretch your legs long, and then lower your legs down. Guys, we're going to do one more set. Here we go. Both legs up. Bottom leg goes down and up. Top leg goes up and down. Bend your knees in, releasing the back. Stretch out, energy through your crown. Bend your knees, engaging the hamstrings. You can let the knees separate, by the way, you don't have to force your knees. And stretch over there, and releasing all the way down. Turn to lie on your stomach. And you're just going to put your left hand underneath your head. Bend the right knee, reaching all the way back, just so we get a little bit of a stretch into the front of your hip. Down the quadricep. Remember to make any adjustments, help yourself as you need to. And we're going to take a little inhale, a little exhale, and we're going to release. Now I'm going to turn over to face the other way, so you're going to see everything from the back, so you can see what we're doing here as well. So set yourself up as usual. Nice long line of the body. And balancing fingertips, chin up, bottom obliques are engaged. And we're going to start by lifting both legs up. Hold it there. Bottom leg goes down and up. Top leg goes up and down. We bend both knees in, so you have to use your abs, and we stretch the legs out. And then we bend both knees as if we're going to kick our bottoms, and extend, and then releasing down. Guys, do the range of movement that works for you. And we go, both legs lift. There's obliques. Bottom leg, there's the inner thigh connection. Top leg, there's the gluteal connection, gluteus medius. Bend your knees in, lower abs and hip flexors. Stretch your legs out. Bend your knees. Remember that you can separate the knees if it feels better for you, especially if you've got tight IT band. And extend and lower all the way down. Last one. Here we go. Lift. Bottom leg goes down and up. Top leg goes up and down. Bend both knees in, finding the stretch, the release on the back. And then extend out again, lengthening, find balance. And then as you bend the knees, engaging the hamstrings, and extend and release. Roll onto your stomach. This time, right hand underneath your head. Bend the left leg. Bring yourself into that little quadricep stretch. Few more seconds here. And then release. So, have your legs slightly separated. We're going to be going into our back extension now. So hands are down, elbows are down. You're going to cover the tip of your nose. Engage your gluteals just so that you're stabilizing your pelvis, but not too much. You don't want to grip. It's just engaging. Lengthen through the crown of your head and gently squeeze your thigh muscles so you feel like your knees are lifting up a little bit. Start by coming up into a baby cobra. Hold it here. Just feel it out. Do you have the bottom ribs down? How does your lower back feel? Are you sending your breastbone away from the heels of your feet? And then releasing all the way down. And I've got a very supple back, so I can come up high. If you feel that your back is straining, then please make it smaller. And we go again. Lifting eye line. Coming up into a baby cobra. Holding it here. Glue your hands, but start to pull your elbows backwards towards your feet. And can you feel how it intensifies the connections along the back of your body? Release the tension and lower head and shoulders down. We're going to add on. And again, coming up into baby cobra. And it's a very gentle pulling backwards of the arms. Don't strain into it. Turn to look over the right shoulder. Turn to look over the left shoulder. Bring yourself to center. And then lower down, releasing the tension on your arms. And go again. Lifting up, baby cobra. A little bit of a pulling with the arms. Now, hover your left leg and look over the right shoulder. Bring your head to center and lower your leg. Lift up the right leg, look over the left shoulder. Come back to center, breastbone reaching, and relaxing all the way down. One more time. Coming up into baby cobra. Remember to modify where you need. A little bit of tension. Now, pick up the left leg and look over the right shoulder. Bend the left knee. And then as you stretch your leg back, bring your head back to center and bringing your leg down. Hover the right leg, look over the left shoulder. Bending your right knee as if you're going to kick your butt. Extending the leg. And bring yourself all the way down. Nicely done. Let your elbows lift up. Press all the way up onto all fours. And then take your time as you settle yourself back into your resting position again. Rounding your spine so you're getting a lovely release along your lower back. And then once again, just bring the palms of your hands together. Bending your elbows so you can place your hand behind your head. And we'll just take 5 breaths in and out right here. And on your last breath in and out, just allow your arms to stretch all the way forward. Separate your hands so that they are shoulder width apart and draw yourself up once again onto all fours. So one of the last exercises we're going to do today is going to be our triceps push-ups. So we always want to engage the abdominals. The abdominals are going to support the spine because gravity is coming down this way. But we still want to maintain length of the spine. There's a deep muscle in the spine called the multifidus, and we want it to engage here. So the first 3 push-ups are going to be on all fours. You're going to bend the elbows, making sure that you're keeping the lengthening of the spine, and then pressing yourself up. And we're going to do 2 more. Keeping your feet connected to the ground. And we're going to do 1 more time. Press up. Now stay here. Round your spine like a cat. Move your hips halfway back until you feel that release. Press up onto the tips of the fingers, and let's just do 3 gentle trampoline legs. Place your hands flat, bringing yourself forward. Lengthen your spine, and once again, just set yourself up where it feels good for you. Now, here's the challenge. Stretch your right leg back. Lift your leg up. But guys, you've got to keep your pelvis level so the lower abs are connecting, and draw the line of energy from your foot to the crown of your head. And now 3 push-ups here. So if you're keeping the line of energy, you're going to notice that your leg has to move with you. So there's a straight line, back line of the body. One more time. Hold, bringing the knee in, stay here, round your spine like a cat. Move halfway back. Press up onto the tips of the fingers and gentle trampoline. One more. Press your hands flat, come forward, and lengthen the spine. Now the left leg extended back. Lift your leg up. Find your connections and alignment. And bend the elbows, and remember that the leg has to come with you if you are maintaining that back line. 2 more. 1 more. Looking very nice, guys. Hold it. Bringing that knee in. Round your spine. Last time. Sit halfway back. Push up onto the tips of the fingers and gentle release. Bring your hands flat, bring your body weight forward, lengthening the spine, and one more time we transition to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lifting your knees, move back, and then just do the little curling of your heels. And then send both heels towards the floor. And again, just experiment here. If you have your legs straight and you have your spine lengthened, you're sort of getting the maximum tensioning along the back line of your body. But then notice what happens when you lift your heels and you rise onto your toes. Can you feel that the tensioning moves out of the leg? And then as you push your heels down again, you're finding that stretch. One more time, lift up, just notice the shift. And then press down. And then soften your knees and walk your feet halfway forward on the mat. Line up your toes, walk your hands back, going onto the tips of your fingers, and then just dangle there for a moment. Just really surrender here. You might even want to hold your arms so that you're adding some extra weight to it. You might even want to straighten your legs. So just find a place where you can really just release here and relax for a few moments. And then in your own time, you can let go of the arms, roll yourself back up. Guys, use your abs. And remember that we want to activate the back line. So bring your awareness to your feet, up the back of the legs, up along the back extension muscles. And then as your eye line lifts up and you focus, you've activated the full back line of your body. Take a moment to just roll your shoulders back and around. And then let's close eyes for a moment. And let your breathing slow down. And I want you to start to imagine a conveyor belt. That's running up the front of your body. So from the tops of your feet, up over your shins, your knees, the front of your thighs, up the front of your body, up over your chest and heart, up over your throat and your face. And then it's going to run over the top of your scalp and down the back of your body. Down over your back, over your sacrum, down the back of your legs, down your calf muscles and Achilles, under your feet, and then running up the front of your body again. Just start to feel that flow of energy. And notice how it affects the ease that you can stand in space. Notice how it affects your posture. Connecting front line and back line as you visualize that flow. Then we're going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Blink your eyes open, and let's finish with one more deep breath in. Reaching arms all the way up. Connecting each fingertip to its partner. Open the arms nice and wide. Open up across the chest. Roll the shoulders back and around a few times. Well done, guys. Let me just see if you guys have any questions.